What's going on YouTube? World Legends TV here, back with a very important video, a video that I think been seeing some folks talk about, um, and it needs to be spread across not just the 2A community, but really to the public as a whole. And it's something that I don't see, especially the mainstream media, getting behind. Um, I don't even want to, do the whole like, subscribe thing because it's just an important message. Really, the biggest thing is going to be to share this, get this out to as many people as you can. Um, Whether you just post it on your social media, share this video, whatever. This is extremely important, and please jump in the comments down below. Let's talk about this stuff because it's some critical stuff going on right now, guys. If you haven't been living under a rock, you know what's going on in Israel with Hamas right now. And we've had some recent, I will say, oh, let me turn the computer off. I bumped the mouse and the computer turned on. We don't need that on where we're going. But Hamas attacked Israel. Thousands have died. Americans have died. It's horrible atrocities going on. Women, children, elderly, doesn't matter, being slaughtered by the hundreds. Women being kidnapped, brutalized, executed in the streets. Horrible videos and stuff coming out. The leader of Hamas has, I believe, about 10 o'clock last night, called for what he called the Al-Aqsa flood. Don't know what it means, but it's essentially global jihad. So he is calling for Muslims around the world to, one, financially back Hamas, give money, resources, backing Hamas in their efforts. He's called for groups in countries surrounding Israel to join with them, attack the Jews, attack Israel. He's asked the Mujahideen to caravan and fight, spill blood in the name of Islam. And probably the most important and the scariest one is he's called for Muslims around the world to carry jihad on their souls and to send a message of rage to the Zionists and to America. He's called for this global jihad on Friday the 13th, October 13th. That's 2 days away. Now, it's probably safe to assume that terrorist attacks, not just in America, but in other countries, Western countries, Europe, those places where there are a lot of highly dense, grouped together Muslim groups, that there are extremists mixed in, and that those folks will be looking to wage jihad in their areas. I've heard a lot of people on YouTube, the gun community, and just folks on social media talking about now's the time to get a rifle, get a weapon system, become familiar with it. Whether we're in World War III or what, I don't know. I think that the times we are in are very dark, very dangerous. For you who are living in large cities, for the next couple of days, maybe the next couple of weeks, I'd try to avoid large crowds, avoid areas where the possibility of extremists could be. Parades, concerts, things of that nature. Try to avoid those locations. Quite frankly, it's highly likely, in my opinion, that we'll start to see terrorist attacks across the country. We know that thanks to a weakened America and a weak border, that there have been thousands of Afghanis, folks from Afghanistan, Syria, Lebanon, a lot of countries in the Middle East, a lot of Islamic countries have come here unvetted, and those are just the people we have caught. That's not including the possible thousands and hundreds of thousands that have made it through, slipped through the cracks, and we don't know they're here. Now, not trying to paint all Muslims as extremists. Don't take these words as hatred towards Muslims. I'm simply relaying a message that in the days ahead could be very dangerous and unsure for those of us here in America and across the world. Canada, UK, Germany, France, Poland. Maybe not Poland. Poland seems to be doing pretty good. But if you are going out where you can legally, not a lawyer, it's not legal advice, of course, always tell you should abide by the laws. Where you can carry, you should carry a firearm and a first aid kit. Whether it's a small IFAC, a full aid kit in your vehicle, carry a weapon, carry an aid kit, and carry ammo for that weapon. Multiple magazines, because an empty gun is no good. Be on high alert, right? Situational awareness. Look for things that are out of the ordinary. People standing in crowds looking a certain type of way, looking around, looking suspicious. Not necessarily the way somebody is dressed, but more or less folks who stand out. Are you in a crowded area where people are constantly walking, but there is one person in the middle who's standing still? Are they carrying something? Baggy clothes, bulky clothes? Do the clothes look like it's for the time of year that you're in? Is it hot, but they're wearing a hoodie or coat or, overcoats, that kind of thing? Be situationally aware. Look for those cues as to a potential threat. Now, of course, be smart. If you see a potential threat, scoot your butt out of there. Call it in. Get out of there. And if necessary, be ready to, help other people out. Have your spiritual fitness and, whatever your, religious or spiritual, compass is, maybe get right with that. I'm a Christian man, so if you're a Christian, get right with Jesus. It is, we never know day to day if we're going to make it home or not. So it's one of those things that we have to be ready, at any time to be called home. We try to do our best to make it home, to our earthly home, but it's a good idea to be spiritually sound. It's probably not the video you want to watch, but there is a lot going on, and there's a possibility that we will be experiencing some horrible events in America coming up. For those of you in the cities, be aware. If you're in the country, in the rural areas, don't discredit a threat to a city. Be ready to take care of your own. If you're at home, maybe keep your rifles, keep your pistols loaded, keep some mags around, be ready to go. Be ready to bug out if you need to. Sit down with your wife, your girlfriend, your family, and let them know that things ain't too great right now. And be ready to get out of there if you have to. We need to be in a state of preparedness, a state of constant awareness, and at the end of the day, nobody's coming to save us. We're going to be on our own. Hopefully all this just blows over, nothing happens. We can go back to not necessarily worrying so much about it, but with threats, credible threats coming from the leader of Hamas, the very real likelihood that there are extremists within the country, and basically a global network of terrorists, it's a possibility that coordinated and planned attacks could be coming to our soul. Gotta be ready. It's a real threat. It's the world we live in. We don't like to admit it, but it is the world we live in. Be ready. Be cognizant. I say it all the time, guys. Stay armed and stay safe. I mean it. Stay armed. Stay safe. Keep your heads on a swivel. Cannot say that enough. Stay armed. Stay safe. Keep your heads on a swivel. Odor and doom at the one. Y'all be good. Be safe. I'll see you in the next one.